Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johan.
And joining us for the last time this week, unfortunately, Jonathan from Minute Impossible.
Hey guys, man, Avengers was awesome last night.
Wasn't it?
It was so good.
Man, my wife absolutely loved it. She has been waiting and waiting and waiting, and she says, oh, this is going to be our date night, and it was. It was great.
I can't believe that Medic died and Medic was killed and Medic lost a finger. We don't know yet. Don't live the lie. We're not recording this live.
No, of course not. I'm not a madman. You recording it the day before and then releasing it right at like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Day before? No, you give it 2 whole days.
2 whole days. Gotta let it cook a little bit.
Yeah, simmer.
Well, guys, we're at minute 116. This minute starts with our heroes running from that explosion and ends with a group of troopers pulling out the brain.
Yay!
Yeah.
The brain's been pulled out.
Of what?
A hole.
Oh, I thought you meant a person's brain. Okay. Well,
yes, it's a metaphor. There's more than one. It's a layered metaphor. It pulled the brain out of what's his head, and now the brain's being pulled out.
Okay, I like that.
I don't know what's a metaphor for. Sex.
Something. Yes.
I mean, that brain bug's whole body just reeks of sex.
I mean, it could be, it could be very Freudian.
Yeah, it has the sexiest mouth in the world.
Yeah, jeez. You remember Dina Meyer described it as a butt with a vagina with a penis sticking out. It's essentially
hermaphroditic is what Verhoeven said. Hermaphroditic.
Okay, sure. I don't think Paul Verhoeven's seen what a penis looks like then.
Well, no, not exactly, but Verhoeven actually did, give a lot of notes for the design of the brain. I mean, the brain was not expressly, described in the book or in the script. Eddie Neumeyer didn't describe it either. Verhoeven, though, he had ideas.
Oh, yeah. Maybe even little demented ideas.
Yeah. I want to say Verhoeven is like a less weird, what was the dude's name?
Joel Schumacher?
No. Okay. Close.
He seems about as horned up as Joel Schumacher is. Like, let's make this into a vagina that has like folds, and then let's also put a protuberance out of it.
What's his face? Who did the designs for the xenomorph?
Geiger.
Giger.
Giger. Hi, H.R. Giger.
Is it Geiger or Geiger?
But yeah,
another
Geiger's a counter.
A little less cemented than Giger. Sorry, Johan?
Geiger's a counter. Geiger counter. So
yeah. H.R. Giger and I bet H.R. Giger and Paul Verhoeven used to hang out.
Oh,
you need more vaginas, Paul.
You need more vaginas.
That must be like
I think
the
just
most bead sweat in a room at one time. You're just sitting there like sweating in front of each other as they talk about everything. It's just like, yes, and then we can have this. Oh, and it would be so amazing with this. Oh, yes.
Paul Verhoeven's like, okay, no matter what we do, everything must be wet. Whatever it is, wet. Because H.R. Giger is just like, everything has to drip.
Giger's like, you need a little more breasts in there. You need a little more vaginas.
Yeah.
You need some tongues.
Giger seemed to like to make the human form and then put the exoskeleton on the outside, but it still had like breasts. Whereas this Paul Verhoeven monster that he's created is just, it's the opposite. It's like taking a human body and turning it inside out, and we're looking at it from the inside, and it's like, oh, so disgusting.
Are you really trying to make that point where Paul Verhoeven is a lot grosser than Giger?
No, not a lot grosser. No.
Okay.
He's bankable, baby. He's like,
okay.
He's like, how can I get a vagina in this movie?
All right. Speaking of,
it's not too hard. I mean, it is rated R.
Yeah. Speaking of vaginas in movie, I wanted to ask the main question that we've had. We've asked other guests this. What was your first on-screen nudity? Like, what was the first movie you saw where there was nudity?
Oh, this is a story will haunt your soul. So buckle up.
All right.
In the 80s, there was a movie called Flashdance about a girl who was a welder by day and a dancer by night. And I saw that with my mother when I was 11 years old. That was the first nudity I saw on screen. It was the first nudity I saw in front of my mother. It was hard to watch, especially the sex scenes.
Man, those are the best because I mean, you can feel a little bit of the awkwardness between, just because I think at least a few of us who grew up in the 90s or a little earlier went to video stores, rented those videos, didn't know what they were about just based on the covers. Then when they got to a little sexy scene or something like that, you had to sit there and watch it with your parents or, person who was watching you, babysitter, what have you, but you had to watch it in this weird, stunned, creepy, weird silence.
When I was 14, I also saw Revenge of the Nerds with my parents.
Oh.
I'm twisted. I apologize. I'm twisted up inside, and it started early.
I'm starting to think that this whole entire Giger Verhoeven thing is just right up your alley.
Have you had
Harrison, my 14-year-old now, his first nudity was Starship Troopers.
That's not bad.
No.
Gina Meyer is
It was the shower scene.
So there was a girl in the shower scene that we had to name from George Hendricks, who was on, because he specifically, I don't know if he specifically asked, but he specifically said that if he were to be on, he wanted to do that minute.
That sounds like George.
Doesn't it? But we coined a actress because we couldn't find her at all in credits or anything. But her name, we're now calling her Boobs McGee.
That makes sense. There's a lot of them in there, and there's no male nudity. I'm not a proponent of either kind, but when you're having women in there, the 80s and 90s male gaze definitely comes to a head in these movies. You're like, at least have dong. I mean, if you're gonna do it.
There's a little bit behind a faucet or two. I mean, I don't want to admit this, but I did. I mean, I did.
You looked for it, didn't you?
I did do it frame by frame. Yeah, I did check, and there is a little bit of an outline, but mostly everyone is just topless.
So you saw a tiny outline of a brain bug.
Pretty much.
You saw somebody's brain bug.
I saw someone's dome. Yes. Good God. But yeah, because this particular minute is kind of short. I mean, they come out of the hole. The hole basically collapses because of the explosion, which it shouldn't. But everything goes
Which it
cuckoo.
That's not how holes work.
That's not how holes work. I mean, I know. I mean, we are watching a movie with Verhoeven, and he knows how holes work as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I think this may be I think this episode may be called "A Vagina by Another Name Part 2." But the hole closes, and they're okay. Everything is super dusty, though. Now, I don't know. I mean, in the beginning where the Roughnecks are going down into this hole, it was already dusty. This is even more dust. And during those minutes, we discussed how a few of the actors needed to actually have dust masks to be down here because it was just a big set with all this dust and everything, and they had a hard time breathing. And Jake Busey had to get a oxygen tank in there because he was just having trouble breathing.
Well, that's because you've seen him. He breathes with his mouth open all the time.
I mean, I was
those
figuring
chompers don't allow him to close his lips.
Yeah, I was figuring it'd be like
that's hereditary,
bit,
though.
like he could filter it.
It's like bailing. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
He breathes like we were talking about aliens. He breathes like an alien monster. His face. He looks like an alien monster.
Oh gosh, thank you for reminding me about that.
From with the alien, the third one. No, the fourth one.
Well, third one too.
Alien Resurrection. Remember, because it has the scene where the guy puts his face up to the glass.
Hot for it and everything.
The guy from Dune.
Yeah, he's name. I'm Peter. Piter. There
Piter.
It is.
Yeah, Piter.
Mm-hmm. Man, I know Dune. Come on.
Man, I know Dune.
But yeah, he was like, I like this gear dude. He's got a lot of good ideas. This is kind of hot.
Here's the question for you both. Would you, if you were hurt, would you sacrifice yourself for your team in real life? Or would you want them to take you with you?
Depends on how hurt. If
if you had a chest, we don't know how bad. I almost called him Sweet.
Sugar.
Sugar. That's sweet. Close enough. How harsh Sugar's thing was. Like, we don't know. Seemed like Sugar had a death wish. Let's go with that.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't want to be.
Bowels were coming out too.
Yeah, he didn't want to be carried out. Like, he was just like, nope, this is it for me. Let me not cower outside asking for a medic. Let me just end it here.
He was Lieutenant Danning it. He was like, just leave me. Yeah. I'm meant to die here. But you're okay. You're fine. You just have it'd be great if it just cut his shirt. It's like, just leave me. That's why Rico was like, are you trying to be a hero? He's like, just go. But it's just your shirt, man. That scar was already there, dude. You're fine.
You got a new shirt, Sugar. It's made from the same thing as a space shuttle.
It's a magic shirt.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know. I'd hope I wouldn't go the Millhouse route though, and I can't go anymore. Carry me the rest of the way.
There's some people like that though. You have friends I have friends who've had ailments, and they'll be like, "Oh, I had to go to the doctor for 3 days." And you're like, "Oh, I had that same thing, and I didn't go anywhere." And you're like, "Oh, well, I'm worried now about you on the battlefield, of life."
I am definitely one of those people where if I get sick, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a ton of showers, take a ton of vitamins, and just sleep. I'll be okay.
Take a ton of showers, one after the other.
Well, maybe 4. So I'll take a shower in the morning, take a shower maybe around 11ish, take a shower at 3 o'clock, and then take a shower at 6. I don't know why, but it feels very cleansing and also very soothing to just get everything out. And usually sometimes because I have a kid, I get sick from him, and it feels to me like I'm getting the sickness out of it.
Yeah.
But usually I'm just getting really, really dry skin.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I would think if I was so hurt, I would say yeah.
That's good to know. At least I always like to think about what I would do in a situation. Meredith, my wife, always jokes, "Are you sizing up the room?" I do that when I go into places. I always think, if this place caught on fire, where would I go? Would I run?
No, I mean, and it's really changed too because of my son and everything now too. So I'm thinking, what can I do? I do the kind of the same thing where I'll be like, what can I do to get him out of here?
Yeah, I like the Godfather. I never sit with my back to the door.
That's a good idea.
If I go into a restaurant, I always sit where I can see the door. I don't think I'm going to get whacked. That's just how I've decided that. That's how my stranger danger has manifests itself as an adult. That's good. I think I would sacrifice myself. I do. I not saying that I'm such a hero. I think I would. If I was so hurt that I knew I couldn't go on, I think I would. But I would also be super hyper sensitive to it and be like, I'm okay. No, you're bleeding out. You should stay here. No, you should take me with you.
No. You're getting some morphine. You're gonna stay here and be bait.
That's no, look, okay. See, I have morphine right here. I'm gonna put it on right now.
Okay,
nope.
Then you're gonna stay here. You'll be just fine.
I'm all good.
We're coming back for you. We're not coming back for him. I don't think I'd do a complete Steve Rogers thing where he jumped on the grenade even though it was a dud. I don't think I'd do that. I'd be like, kick it, get it out of here, and then if I die, then I die.
If I die, I die.
Yeah, if I die, I die. One of our other questions that we had too, specifically because we have Missy here standing up and looking at the big, wall that just came down. What are your feelings on Carmen?
Okay. Well, this minute begins something, ends something with Carmen. Carmen has no facial expressions. Excuse me. She has one facial expression, and it's open-mouthed chagrin. I don't know. Boredom. She looks at this rock slide like I look when someone says, "Hey, let's talk about your taxes." It's the same kind of like where I'm like a deep, exasperated sigh. That's how she looks at these rocks. I'm wondering if she looked at the rocks like that because she doesn't understand what just happened. Again, I'm not. You guys have probably done a bunch of Carmen bashing, and I'm going to continue that Carmen bashing. This is a terrible part. She's terrible at it. I don't know Denise Richards. She seems like a nice person. She's dealt with some stuff with her personal life, so I will say this role, she's not a good actress at this point.
No,
she really isn't.
The whole movie, she's terrible. She has this look the whole movie. This same look she had earlier when Johnny told her he loved her. She had this same look when her friends were killed, when her captain was cut in half. When the only time she's ever shown any emotion is when she had a hot piercer stuck through her, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did that. And like she like moves her jaw left and right. Yeah, but it didn't even seem natural for some reason.
No, because it's like telling a robot, "Hey, make this noise." It's like "Rarg." She's not good in this movie. Every line she has is a clunker. The end, I can't wait. Can't wait to hear the end of this movie when you guys talk about her stupid lines at the end. It doesn't help that the writing of a lot of her part is bad. I mean, a lot of the writing in this movie is bad, but it's again Casper Van Dien. But he's so good at selling it.
Everybody has a good way of selling a lot of their lines. She had no delivery.
Well, that's because this movie is made up of people who normally play bit parts in movies, and so they have to be good actors to play character roles. She was the first, she's the only one in this movie who was supposed to be the ingenue coming in. Guess what? She can't act.
Yeah,
so
because one of the first movies before this movie was her, where Paul Walker was a dinosaur, and that was her boyfriend. I'm sorry, animatronic dinosaur. That was one of the movies. That was one of the movies before this one where she got casted in this.
Yeah, it's not a good sign. Paul Verhoeven again showing his colors. It's like, no, we're going to hire her. She's the best. Look at her, she's great. And everybody's like, she's dog poo poo. She's not a good actress.
It kind of sucked because Dina Meyer did initially come in for the part of
Dina
Carmen,
Meyer
but then found
so much better.
Yeah.
She would have, but then she saw the role for Dizzy and was like, "No, you know what? I want that one." Like,
and
Meyer,
that is her. That is her. I mean, it's a better part because Dina Meyer couldn't be cocky as O'Bannon, or what is the name?
O'Bannon? Carmen Ibanez.
Ibanez, yeah, Carmen Ibanez.
Yeah,
it's definitely not the right character for her.
No, it really isn't. I don't think it's the right character for many people. Like, if you could, who would you recast Carmen as?
That's a good point. From
like mid 90s, late 90s, yeah, 97.
Definitely not Emmanuel Beret.
No. She's about as entertaining as
she's American Beret. That is her name.
There we go.
There's Carmen's new name. Let's see. God, from that time, it's so hard. You know what? I wish. Let's do this. Let's make Dina Meyer Carmen and make Parker Posey into Ibanez.
Okay.
And I think I can live with that, or flip them. I'd be interested in seeing an Ibanez who wasn't the character they've created in this movie. She seems self-aware and cocky, but there's no reason because the actress can't act it. Like it doesn't seem earned. Whereas Parker Posey could earn you being like, all right, she seems like a badass. Like she could play cocky. In this, she's supposed to be a math whiz. Come on, everybody. That's not what I'm getting at this movie.
Watched Lost in Space?
What?
Are you saying that just because you recently watched Lost in Space?
Yeah, you know all my secret shames. I have watched Lost in Space recently.
The Netflix TV one or the movie?
No, that one's good.
Yeah, I hear it's good.
No, I'm talking about the movie from 97.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually talking about that one recently. And Penny used to be the girl from Party of Five.
Mm-hmm. Lacey Chabert.
Yeah, Chabert. Who was also the voice of Meg on Family Guy for a bit.
Yeah.
What about you, Jan?
I was thinking, what about Christy Swanson?
That could work.
Like, would she be too old for this? Too old.
No, because she started acting like in the 90s. She's not too old now. And I'm trying to not go too... Like, kind of trying to stay within the same budget that they had for acting. Because you can't get someone like Drew Barrymore or Natasha Kalinske or whatever from Species.
Drew Barrymore is older than I am, so definitely don't go with her.
And most likely couldn't get someone like Nev Campbell or someone like that. So
you also need someone kind of young, too.
So are we only going for people from Party of Five? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Any other girls in Party of Five that we should cast?
I don't know.
But you, Matt?
She's I would say she's way too young for this part, but maybe a little bit older Winona Ryder.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it. Parker Posey, Winona Ryder are the same like type in that they
exactly.
They can act the same way, even though Parker Posey does Mean Girl better.
Yeah.
God, it's so hard. This is one of those things you have to have on your group, like have a bunch of people chime in on, because there's so many different people and everyone saw it at different times. So like I'm skewing older actors.
Yeah, if we're trying to find an actress that doesn't seem too old for that role because they are technically playing 18-year-olds, you could always just go with the good old Jennifer Connelly. You just don't know how old she is. And she can play an 18-year-old.
She looked about, but that's the thing though. She would kind of have that Xander look because she had this young age kind of looking thing back in like late 80s, but as soon as the 90s hit and she did G.I. Jane, she was like instantly like 30 years old. Like I don't want to say that's a bad thing, but she looks a lot older than she is.
Wait, Jennifer Connelly?
We're talking about Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, not Demi Moore. Demi Moore was G.I. Jane.
I'm sorry. Because they kind of remind me of the same person.
Yeah.
They kind of look the same.
I have met Jennifer Connelly.
Have you? How amazing was that?
She was eating a sandwich, so it was super awesome because I was like, oh my God, she eats. And she's also 5 feet tall. She's the tiniest. She's tiny.
Oh my God.
And and next to her, Winona Ryder.
Oh my God.
I went to the set of The Dilemma when they were shooting it with my dad because my dad taught, this is a fun fact, my dad taught Ron Howard's youngest kid in high school. And so they just kind of knew each other a little bit. And so he worked out, we got to go, and actually when they were filming The Dilemma here with Vince Vaughn and the King of Queens guy, they were shooting it here. So we got to go see him and on set, and it was super awesome. It's one of those things you do in your life. You're like, is this real? Am I standing here with Ron Howard and all these people? And they were like shooting us in. And they were sitting over to the side, and they were very nice, and they were eating a sandwich. Well, Winona Ryder was not eating a sandwich.
Well, good on her, I suppose. But gosh, I mean,
Jennifer Connelly was humanized. It humanized her because I was like, oh look, she's like having a hoagie. Cool.
I've discussed this with my wife many times.
And she's insanely pretty in real life.
Yeah, I'm imagining they're both eating the same sandwich at the same time, like that.
I've discussed this with my wife many times, but Jennifer Connelly is my one. Just her in The Rocketeer. Like I sincerely really wanted to be on The Rocketeer Minute just to talk about Jennifer Connelly. They wouldn't take me because of that though. Unfortunately, they were like, "No, you kind of want to like the movie too." I'm like, "Dude, I love the movie, but Jennifer Connelly, come on."
But I like the movie.
I watch it for the plot. Jennifer Connelly's double plots.
How dare you?
How dare I? Actually, no. I'm gonna change that. Alicia Silverstone.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only reason
she's still too. I think she's too big of an actress.
Yeah, because she just finished Clueless before this movie. That's one of the reasons why I didn't pick her. I'm trying to stay within the same budgetary constraints.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, regardless, I think she can do a mean girl, but kind of like snooty mean girl a lot better than Denise Richards could.
Yeah, but then she's playing the same character she did in Clueless.
Exactly. Why not?
Because you've seen it.
But she's not a space captain Clueless. Yeah. Can it be kind of like let's watch, a futuristic Legally Blonde.
And male actors play themselves all the time.
Yeah.
Male actors have the same character in movies all the time.
That is true. Well, except for Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis, Like they're the only ones that you barely even know what they actually look like.
Gary Oldman, I don't know about that. If it's cocky Southern guy. Oh, Gary Oldman, not Gary. Who am I thinking of? From the
Office Space? Oh.
Yeah. Gary Cole. Thank you.
Gary Cole. Yeah.
My wife yelling Gary Cole. Speaking of ones, that's my wife's one.
Gary Cole. Okay.
Oh, okay. It's like, how could you not remember the name?
He's on my list. But yeah, that's who I got.
Gosh, I mean, there's really not much else for this movie besides
This movie. Nothing else, guys. Just pack it in. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
I mean, pretty much.
Last episode. Thanks for listening. We didn't even get to the end of the movie. We're just done.
But no, I mean, the troopers come out of the hole and they see everyone running all happy and everything, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? We got it." And they're like, "What? What'd you get?" Seriously, like, what'd they get?
Yeah, that is where it ends, right at that minute, huh?
Yep.
Well,
I mean,
actually, they
they
don't even explain what happens until a little bit because they're running down like, wait, what?
Yeah, I like that they all ran, though. This would be a huge way for the bugs to kill everyone. To sacrifice one brain bug. They're looking for a brain bug. Just let them find the one brain bug, and then they'll all run to it, and then we'll just blow them up.
Yeah.
With butt juice.
With butt juice, yes.
Look at them.
Send dumb Johnny out there. No, we don't need dumb Johnny. Well, what are you talking about, guys? Johnny, just go over there.
You're the
why?
smallest of the brains.
Yeah, why me? There's some delicious brains over there. Oh, really, guys? And it gets captured.
My proboscis is gone, guys.
I think
it hurts.
And this joke never got said in the other minutes with the brain bug, but I think if they tried to stick that thing into Carmen's head, it would just hit it like 10. It's like ding, ding. And
like the brain slugs of Futurama. Oh, this one died of malnutrition for Fry.
Like the staff from talking about the Avengers, which is so awesome, by the way. Everybody should go see it. The staff when he taps it on Stark's chest.
Oh yeah,
it just makes that tink. That's the sound effect that would happen if she tried to proboscis her head. It'd just be like tink.
And the other bugs are like, what? It
usually works.
Usually this works. Oh, I got nothing out there, honey.
It sucks the brain, and they're like, I forgot my name.
I mean, it's amazing Carmen can still breathe. That her brain creates enough energy to keep her heart pumping.
I know how to calculate delta V, but I don't know how to put on my underwear.
Yep, I can figure out. I almost got strangled this morning by my undergarments. But I can vector out. No one can beat my math.
Yeah, maybe that's why she has to do math so fast, because if she concentrates on math, her brain forgets to do involuntary functions. So she does it real fast in order to live.
She's pretty much a higher functioning Rain Man. with space, I guess. I don't know.
Well, at least I get part of a minute with them actually outside in the sunlight. Where would they shoot this?
I believe
South Dakota.
This is South Dakota.
Is it South Dakota on this one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It really is. I mean, the production company that when they were looking for scouting for location and everything, I mean, South Dakota was a great area. It does look alien, and I mean, at least it isn't that one rock in California that everyone does.
Oh yeah, Ayers Rock.
I think so.
The one from the Gorn episode.
Yeah.
The one from the Gorn episode, the one from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the one from anything. But really, that's where our minute ends, guys. Gosh, do you have anything else you want to speak about this particular minute?
No. Go see Avengers.
Yeah, go see Avengers. It was great.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, well, give us some plugs, guys.
You can find us anywhere on the internet. Our podcast is called Minute Impossible. We watched the movie Minute Impossible from 1996 starring Tom Cruise, and we talk about it with my co-host Chris and a bunch of guests. Johan and Matt have been on. It's fantastic. Find us anywhere podcatchers are. Rate, review, subscribe. all the good stuff. We also have a Twitter page at Men Impossible, and we also have a Facebook group like everybody else. Come join us and talk about stuff. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you inviting me on this week.
Really enjoyed having you. You were a great co-host.
Yeah, it was great to have you here today because we had fun on your podcast.
Heck yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have Tech of the App, but we do have We Hate Carmen.
We Hate Carmen. You got a song?
No, we don't, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a little too late to make something up. Unfortunately, we're pretty much at the end of our movie.
How about just?
I'm going to isolate that and keep it.
Here, give you a clean one. There you go. There's a bunch.
Perfect.
Enjoy those.
Johan, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. You guys can find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johan.
And guys, you can follow me pretty much anywhere on the internet at AltTabMatt, including Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. You guys can also follow us on Twitter at the Roughneck Min, MIN. You guys can also go to our Facebook group, the Roughneck Minute Billet, to continue the conversation and talk about who would you cast as Denise Richards, or who would you cast as Carmen in this movie besides Denise Richards? Give us your choices. Give us your ideas. We will accept them, and they'll probably be infinitely better than Denise Richards.
And speaking of Infinity, let's all talk about Avengers Infinity over on your site.
Yes. Guys, also go to our website, theroughneckminute.podbean.com, for any past episodes or show notes. And guys, go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or any other podcast you guys may be able to use or do use, because there are tons, and there are some good ones and some bad ones. But you're probably using the good one because, you're using it. But I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johan.
And I'm Jonathan. See you on the bounce, troopers.
Honey, this episode comes out on Friday. I love you so much.
Which she's been wanting to...
Loud and I